Okay, let's start. We have enough people on. Others will join soon enough. Okay, hey everybody, I'm filling in for Lee today. He's busy with KubeCon and will hopefully return to us in time. Starting off, let's welcome a couple of new people. And as is the tradition, you can come on call and tell us a little bit about yourself. We'll start with Yusuf.
Okay. All right. So, hi everyone. My name is Yusuf. I'm from Nigeria. Um, I'm a DevOps engineer. I work with a startup based in San Francisco named Tyflow. What they basically do is connect local providers with people that need the service through their mobile app. So I got to know about Meshery. Was it not on Twitter day before yesterday? And I felt like it still is something I want to learn as a dev engineer, and I've read a little bit about Meshery, what they are doing with Istio. So I felt like this is a good project for me to contribute to, and that was why I joined. I filled a form to show my interest in joining the open source thing. Yeah,
Great. Sounds great to have you with us, Yusuf.
thank you,
That was a not as embarrassing intro as was mine. Congratulations.
thank you.
Is Dave Kaula with us? Right. I guess he's not. We'll get back to him. All right. We have Anita with us. So Ruth and Anita have been working on this open-ended call for getting more contributors for the Layer 5 depots and projects throughout. And they have been more than a little successful. We've had about 40 contributors coming in the last 3 days, which is amazing and gives us a chance to provide them with issues they can work on and get some work done ourselves. Congratulations, Anita. That was actually a very good initiative. Do you want to add
Thank you
something here?
so much.
Do you want to add something here?
Not really. Yeah, we actually didn't plan it to be this big. We're targeting just a number of 14, but the turn up was massive, and then we had to ask for
Yeah, but
help
definitely
from
blew up.
Lee. Yeah, but yeah, thanks to you and Lee, it's been going really, really wonderful. Thank you so much.
No chance. Um, okay. Do not have Shubham on the call yet. Okay, okay, so for any of the new contributors, what everybody can do is, so we drafted this new first timers welcome guide in addition to the actual welcome guide that is there. So as a resource, you can share that. In addition to that, a lot of contributors are currently working with Windows and contributing on the Jacquard site, for the Layer 5 Jacquard site. And they are having some issues setting up in Windows because it is actually tough to do it without a Linux VM. So, Anirudh actually came up with a link. Hey, Anirudh, could you put that on the meeting minutes? And anybody can refer to it?
Yeah, sure. Give me a sec.
Sure. So that's another resource for anybody trying to get into it. Another resource would be, well, to talk to any of the community managers whenever you have an issue with it. There's also a new first timers Slack channel where Ruth, Anita, Kalichi, myself, Lee, and a couple of others will help you out with any basic issues that you have in running JIT, in running in running Chicago Windows, or just any basic issues. Great. So we have that sorted. Any, if you want to put up any new issues for the extra contributors or in the new contributors that have come in, Please do so. Ping me or Lee or Ruth or Anita, and we'll set you up. So thanks for sharing the screen, Ruth. Um, let's moving forward. Shubham, do you want to start the discussion on the PR?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, like I forgot the timing of this meeting. Yeah.
No issues.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. So I wanted to discuss that.
You
I
can
look
present
to
the
the
screen if you
code.
want.
Yeah. Okay. I will share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, yep, you can.
Yeah. So like currently when we do Messi CTL version, here we can see that the gates SHA is not properly aligned. So I looked to the code and I didn't get any specific solution to that. So I just tried to add a new. Okay, I think I created a draft PR.
Could you pull that up?
Yeah, sure. Just a minute. So yeah, here we are printing the client version, and here we are line number 90 we are printing the server version, and in line number 66 we are printing the client version. So
Okay.
as I look to the code, and I don't know why like it is not properly aligned. So I can think of just a solution for now is that to add the extra tab that I did, and I checked in my system like it now it's properly aligned. And the other thing that Lee asked that currently, okay, yeah, here we can see that Git shaft in server version is not is like a sort. So if someone can help me with that, or like any idea why it is, because I looked to the code and I didn't find anything like we get sort git sha by like adding hyphen sort in the command line, but in the code I cannot find that.
Okay.
So yeah, this I wanted to discuss.
Okay. That will take some time actually to look through.
Okay.
Let's list it and get back to you. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, of course. I'll stop presenting them.
Sure. Do that. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Great. Okay. So moving on. We don't have Abhishek on the call yet. So, Michael, do you want to talk about the console adapter? Any updates?
Yes, hi. I'm not ready for a demo yet, but I'm working quite a bit on
I
it.
realize. I realize that no pressure on you here. Anything that you
No,
want to
no, no,
discuss?
no, no. No, it's just I'm sort of like finding out uh, some quirks that I think are interesting. For instance, how it is possible to install a manifest into a namespace that is the Kubernetes namespace that is not the same as the one in the manifest. And so it's sort of like stuff like this that takes a little bit of time to figure out and fix. But I think I'm making good progress and get also some feedback and help. That's very nice. So I hope to be able to show some more next time.
Sure, sounds good enough. Do you need any help at the moment?
And
Are you
no,
good
I'm
to
fine
go?
at the moment. I'll reach out if I need some help on Slack. So
Perfect.
that's okay. Yeah. Thank you.
No issues. Great. So, moving on, we have a new adapter. Has anybody tried the Open Service Mesh adapter yet? Or worked in it or would like to talk about it? Okay, we should have Abhishek in the console. Um, Pratyay?
Hello, Shruti. This is Pratyush from Sambalpur University. So, I am very new to this open source contribution thing.
Uh-huh.
I just do my coding and upload it to GitHub, right? So, no open source contribution from my side. This is my first time, right? So,
Yeah.
I'm facing a significant problem in that issue. Like, it has been cleared by Lee to me. Like. Several times I have asked Lee that
Which issue is this?
issue number 601 in GitHub has
On the
been
left side
assigned.
repo?
Sorry,
On the left side repo?
Can you
yeah,
share the
yeah.
link of the issue?
Uh, I am sharing. So this is the
Okay.
uh, so it has been told to add a second button on page design specifications. Okay, so specifically the page looks like a normal description page, and it has been told to add a call out to this blog post. Like, is it a like web page inside a web page we have to create a call out like that, or we have to create another box and write the same with links attached to it?
I think it's the latter, not the former.
Sorry,
I think it's the latter. I think you have to mention specifically, apart
I
from
cannot
the.
get you.
You have to create a second button, right?
Okay,
The
yeah,
call out should be.
uh,
The call
I
out
have to
should
create a
be.
second.
Mm-hmm. I'll let you
Uh,
speak. Go ahead.
no issues. You can go ahead.
No. So basically, you have to create a second button, and the call out for the blog post should be separate from that. That's what you asked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be separate.
Uh, like, can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So this is the web page, right? So I have to add the button here. Okay.
Yep.
Can you see? Shall I
Yeah.
add a button here?
Um, yeah. There.
Okay.
Approximately.
And where should be the call out placed? Can you say me particularly in this area?
Repeat that last. Where should be the word?
Sorry.
Repeat your question, please. I couldn't hear you.
Okay. Like, where I have to place the call out, right? Let me show you this one. This one. This call out. Where shall I go? Is it here or anywhere else?
It should be there only, according to me.
Uh,
There should be a
in my
button
bottom.
below the SMI confirmance one.
Okay.
And the call out to the blog post. Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, right.
Hey, can I give some input over here?
Yeah, of course.
I think for blog posts you can have like different card section itself, and for the button it can go right next to the run SMI functions because once a person lands to this page, we want to show them that these are the particular blogs which they can get help from, and if they have some a bit of info which they would probably get from a card which we have down, then I think it would make the UI experience a little bit better. Like you can check out the blogs over there.
Okay,
Agree.
anybody else want to weigh in here? Um,
I, I think adding slide slide of cards which actually has link to certain blocks that might be helpful. That should help most probably.
okay, won't the page look a bit crowded?
It would,
Pratish, could
but
you
it depends
scroll
on
up once?
how you display it. So it might matter a lot on how we design it and show it. So, but it might be helpful. So it's if you show different cards and just give it topics stating that for this certain topic you could actually pull up this certain blog post and find some help through it. So that might be helpful. Yes, that might be helpful.
Probably.
All right.
And anyone
Pratish
else
is
who okay, yeah, sure.
anybody else?
Because in UI topics everyone's opinion is there, right?
Yeah, Nikhil is not on, right? He's not. Okay. Well, Pratish, how about this? I'll talk to Lee about it and I'll get back to you. Is that okay?
That's
I'm
very
not
much.
extremely sure what he was going for here.
Huh? Because I'm a noob in like front end, right? This is my first time trying hands-on front end things, right? This is totally front end. So I want to try out, and I hope this is my first successful open source contribution to your community, right? So I am really into it. So please, I'm very eager to hear about the same.
Yeah, sure, we'll get back to you, definitely. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
bringing this up. Okay. Um, moving back to the 18 minutes. Okay. Dave, are you with us?
Hey, hi. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So just one second.
Thank
I
you for
will.
yeah, cool. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
I had a look at your PR. Do you want to demo it?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Just one second. I will share my screen if it's fine.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
And Dave, if you can give your introduction to, I guess it's your first time joining in with the meeting.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. So I am Dev Kalra, and I am from IIT Indore, currently pursuing computer science. I am currently in my fourth year, and other than that, I am like more in. I have done some web dev in the past. Now I am trying to learn some DevOps and all those things. So that's why I started contributing to your organization. Actually, for me, this is my first open source organization to which I am contributing. And yeah, actually, Kanishka, I think you all must may know him. He is
Yep.
my senior, and he introduced me to this layer 5 organization. So I'm glad that I just made my first contribution yesterday, and another pull request I will just demo it now.
That's great. Kanishka brings in the best people. So we have full faith in you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think it should be visible, is it?
It is. Go ahead.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, so the task was to add the tooltip to this icons. Like uh, before it was like this, if we minimize this thing and someone will hover on this icons, then there will not be a tooltip. What I did was I added this tooltip like performance results. If you see this, if
Yeah,
you're
we
saying
can.
this results management and all these things, I added this thing. So let me point out this. I added the tooltip only to these icons, this performance results. I didn't add a tooltip to this thing, this expand shrink icon, because I think the icon itself makes sense. We don't need to add a tooltip to this thing. Also, another thing was, if I added a tooltip to this thing, then when we will expand it or shrink it, then the UI was not that great, because expand our tooltip will just remain here and the drawer will collapse, and then that's why I didn't add it. Other than that, I added the tooltip to all these icons based on these names: performance, results, management, and all this. And yeah, one more thing: the tooltip will only show when the drawers are in collapse state. If you can see in the if it is not in the collapse state, then it will not show the tooltip. Yeah, that is. So I had sent the pull request for this thing. Okay.
Okay,
Do I
this
have to
actually looks pretty good. Yeah, go ahead.
do I have to go over the code, or is it fine?
I think it should be fine
Because actually
because I
there
remember
is
seeing the PR. Yeah,
yeah,
go
fine.
ahead.
Yeah. So this was it actually.
Yeah, it actually looks quite good.
Yeah.
That's a helpful
Okay.
idea. And yes, the arrow itself is planetary, I think.
Okay. So I will just choose
Uh,
the runtime.
sure.
Yeah, so that was it for the this thing, and I'm hoping to get it merged by today, but let's see.
Well, we have a lot of rush with the
Yeah,
KubeCon
yeah,
meetings,
right.
but I'm pretty sure somebody will get to you by at least tomorrow.
Ah, okay, fine.
If not, we'll find somebody to get to you.
Yeah, yeah, fine, fine.
Great. Um, okay, let's move forward. Let's. Um, Ruth, is the last one yours?
Oh, am I the last person?
No, no, I'm just asking if the last one was yours. You didn't mention your name.
No, I'm not done with typing.
Oh, gotcha. I, I'll let you type. Okay. Um, to everyone who hadn't heard in the beginning, Ruth and Anita have put out this open-ended call on Twitter, and it has blown up, to say the least. And we've had a positive influx of new contributors in the last 2 days, about 40, and we're still counting. So that's great. We have had some new resources for the contributors, and we've had a new welcome guide and created a first timer Slack channel. So if anybody wants any help, you can point them to it. Ruth, Anita, Kilichi, me, Lee, and a couple of other people will help them out. You are welcome. Anybody who has been in the community or wants to help out are welcome to join. And that's it. Ruth, any points to be in here?
Yeah, I think I talked to you about the PR template for Meshery console.
You
Yeah,
did.
any update on that?
Uh, no, actually. Uh, if I remember right, you went through the Jira docs and the permission settings, right? Did you find anything?
Yeah, I told you I was thinking because for issue templates, you have to like configure them. I think Lee has the access to configure them, so I thought it applies same for PR templates. But I'm really not sure. The procedure I saw for creating PR templates are like manual procedures. So before I create the issue, I want to be sure about the process for creating a PR template.
Okay. Sounds like a good problem. Okay, I'll get back to you on that. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Great. I'm guessing Abhishek hasn't joined us yet. Okay. Anirudh, what's the last one in the chat? The Banzai cloud
Yeah.
thing?
So there's basically sort of an idea on how to fix the PR which um, Shubham mentioned. So it's about the formatting. So basically, it's logress formatting. Currently, we are just printing logs on the terminal or console. But if we use a formatter, we could actually improve that and have a standardized format to get the prints, and that could actually help even in CLI, and hopefully it should be uniform on all platforms. So
Yeah,
there,
okay.
Okay,
I
sounds
will
good.
check that link. Yeah, sure. Thanks.
one is the official formatter. The first link which I sent you is the official formatter of Logros, and the other link is from Banzai Cloud, which is a runtime logging formatter.
Okay, can you share the link in the Slack or somewhere? It will
Um,
disappear.
yeah, sure. I'll share
Anirudh,
that.
maybe add it to the meeting minutes
Okay, yeah, sure. That's
before
great.
sharing it again. That's going to be easier to
Yeah, that will
carry.
be great. And one more solution I was thinking of, like by using this. Okay, I will paste the link using this module. I can say or package, but this is not supported in Logros thing. It is supported in FMT. So I was thinking if there is a way we can use this module tab writer, which is basically used for aligning the console outputs or across
Uh,
all the systems. So
could you link me to that module which you're speaking of? Like, I'll have a quick look if you can actually switch to that.
yeah, sure. I will add that in the meeting
Yeah.
minutes.
So the main issue with using Logros instead of FMT is not as optimized as Logros, so that
Yeah,
has some performance
exactly.
benchmarks.
Yeah, Logros is preferred over FMT.
Yeah. If there's anything else you'd like to know about that, you can ping me, or maybe, if possible, discuss in this call.
Mm, I think I will have
Yeah, go right ahead.
uh, I will have to look the to the links that you added in the meeting minutes, and after that I will get back to you.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Let me know if you need any
Yeah,
help with anything.
thanks.
Okay, that worked out well. Okay, anybody working on the OSM adapter at the moment? Anybody who's on call? Okay.
Yeah,
Alright then,
I was
Ruth, what?
waiting
Yep.
for Kareen to join this call. She wanted to work on the issue that I pasted in the chat, but I think she is not in the call.
Who did you want to join the call?
Kareen, if I'm pronouncing right.
Okay. Okay, let's wait and see if she does.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't, you can always point to her to the issue on Slack.
Yeah, we discussed on Slack, and she said that she will get back to me. So I
Right.
thought they will join this call.
Keep going. I still don't quite get that name, but
Okay. If you open the link that I shared in the chat, I don't know. the name, but according to the GitHub username. Yeah, Kaveen.
Oh,
Yeah,
Karen?
Karen. Yeah,
Yeah,
Karen.
gotcha. Great. Yeah, Karen was supposed to join the meeting. I'm not sure what happened, but
Yeah,
we'll get her aligned with Yusuf. Thank you for pointing her to it.
thanks.
Great.
Mm.
Okay,
Actually, it would be great. It would be great if you could drop a message to Karen right away. So hopefully by the end of the call or in before it ends, she might be able to join and actually proceed further with the PR. I think I can help her with this also.
Okay, let me try to reach her.
Yeah, that would be great.
alright, while we are here, I'll point everybody to this doc. So, this is basically an issues ideas doc for the 40 or so new contributors. So, if anybody wants to break down their own issues to smaller parts or wants to iterate out something, you can add it here. And we'll have a quick look over it. And if it's appropriate, we'll create an issue for it, and somebody will be around and we'll pick it up. And they'll have work, and you would have assigned a new issue to somebody, so that's a great thing. Okay. So if anybody has any ideas, they can go ahead. The link is in the meeting minutes. I think it's here. And you can go ahead and add your ideas to the doc. Okay. We still don't have Abhishek with us. I think he's having a bit of a lag on his part. Moving forward. Um, well, Ruth, you're up. Want to tell us about the 601 issue?
Me?
Yep.
I don't think I'm involved in that issue. 601 for which of the repositories?
Oh, sorry. Your name was listed here. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone on the call who listed this in the meeting minutes? Okay, that's okay.
I'm sorry, I have something to say.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so I talked to Lee about installing a good first time issue, a good first time issue bot for the repositories so that it automatically notifies when there is a good first time issue on Twitter. And he didn't say much about it, but I want to drop the link here. The link to the good first time issue app. Yeah. So
Yeah, go right ahead. That should be
we'll
good.
have a general idea about it. So
Great.
Hmm.
Sounds good.
That makes sense. Like we could have a good first issue bot and actually notify Slack channel and even GitHub or Twitter or any handle where we can actually get people to help us with first time issues or notify the first timers.
Yeah, but
yeah.
if I'm not wrong, like we use the label good first issue for that, for beginner
Uh,
issues or something.
yeah. So
I think this is more for publicity
yeah, this is more for publicity. So
to
Yeah,
draw
okay, okay, okay.
new
I
people.
can
so
see.
it's
Yeah.
like people who haven't come to GitHub and checked out the issues yet, they can simply get a notification, or basically they could they have a space where they can actually check if there is an new issue coming up on that's a good first issue. So um, if they can help out, they will help, or maybe perhaps share it with someone else. And notifying people about it is better because I don't think everyone actually checks GitHub every day if they are not working like almost all the time.
Yeah, I see the point. Yeah.
That
Great. Root, so this basically works as we use the good first issue tag on any issue and it tweets it out, if I'm right.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's basically how it works. It just tweets it out. Maybe I think it connects with the Twitter page and tweets it
yeah, that
out.
is what it does. It just tweets about any issue. So long as you're following the layer 5, you get a notification on any issue that is being made. That's a good first issue.
Yes, that sounds good actually. We've already had a lot of new contributors, but definitely something we can do here. Okay, Ruth, could you add a link to the meeting minutes?
Okay.
Great. Okay, the next part might be a little bit of a snooze fest for some people, but I'm doing this because Ruth, you can point anybody back to this for issues they have with Windows and Jekyll. Okay, so for running Jekyll on Windows, it's always a good idea to install a Linux VM because Windows itself is a nightmare to work with. So,
That's a hate speech.
Yeah, exactly. And if
speaking
Nikhil
from personal
is
experience,
in
it
that
really
call,
is.
yeah, but some people prefer Windows. Yeah. I
I
am
work with
also a
Windows
Linux
myself.
user.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I work with
and the
Windows myself.
Nuno and Nikhil, like they are like using Windows and they prefer Windows. So I miss them for this like discussion, Windows versus Linux. We had this in earlier.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
side
sorry,
with
but
Linux
I'm sorry, but you
because
spelled my name wrong.
Sorry,
It's
and
Anita
that was
and
me. If you
Nish.
can change it,
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry for that.
No problem.
okay. So anybody actually use Windows here? Anybody on the call?
Yeah, I do.
This I know that. So this is always an ongoing debate: Windows versus Linux. Windows is a good OS to work with, but I'd say it's tougher to work with because you need to set up a lot of stuff before you can actually get into the working part. Uh, I'd recommend anybody to try out the WSL subsystem for Linux because it's the easiest way to go, and you don't need a lot of instructions for that. You don't need a lot of setting up for that. So I'll basically point you to a couple of links. Um, so WSL comes into types. The first and the second version. For the second version, you need a particular Windows build, either a professional or a business Windows account. Or for Windows Home, you need a build greater than 1903, if I remember right. I recently upgraded my entire Windows build because I had to install WSL 2. That was a pain, but it works well now. And you, if anybody moves forward to the Meshery development part, you will need to run Docker, and for that you need a Windows WSL2 basically, or a Windows Pro or a Windows professional account rather than a Windows Home account because Docker does not support Windows Home. I'm not exactly sure why it doesn't, but it does not. You can go with Docker Toolbox if Docker does not, but that's a discussion for another time. So yeah, so basically this is a good enough tutorial to get set up with WSL1 or WSL2 if that is allowed for your system build. I'll add a link here. And after you are done setting up WSO1. It's not a very long process, and the instructions are quite well laid out here. After that, you need to go and set up the Ruby environment and install Jekyll gems and a bundler, if I'm right. And yeah, that should be good to go. Ruth, do we need to get a step-by-step tutorial for this for anybody? I remember
Yeah,
there
sure.
were a lot of problems with this. So maybe you could add a section in the first timers contributors guide.
Yeah, I will. I just add like a link or something to installing the Ruby installer and WSL2.
Okay, you can actually find the instructions, I think, um,
On
on the
GCal
in
docs.
official, no, on the official Jekyll documentation.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. I can recommend this because I followed it myself and it worked for me. If it doesn't, we can always help them out, but this is a good place to start. Okay, so we will set you up with this and we'll type out a small step-by-step tutorial for anybody who's looking for, well, a startup guide. Anything else you need help with the new contributors? Anita, you too?
Or I think the thing we need to help with, like Shriti said, is creating, like, if you have any issue you think, you can just please kindly drop it on the Google Doc. Shriti, did you share it?
Yeah, it's already shared. It's on the meeting notes.
Yeah, so I think
Okay.
that's the only thing, because I think I also try aside pasting the issue links on the first timers channel. I try to also reach out to see if there's any check the repository to see if there's any issue and send it directly to as a private message. So if you have any issue you think, you can just drop it there, so it will really be helpful to us to engage the first timers. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I'll go ahead and ask this open-ended question. Anybody has any other ideas for engaging first-time contributors? Because we've had a big surge of them, and we don't have enough issues to combat that surge.
Maybe create an open source or like first timers document or something, which could actually give them a step on step overview on the basic architecture and possibly point to the link for good first issues. And also it can you could actually refer in a couple of important links like WSL or anything that might help them set up their development environment.
Funny you mentioned that. We already have created a guide.
Okay.
I'll, Ruth, can you add a link here for the guide? I don't think
So
we have.
how about we create in Markdown? Since we have it in a Google Doc, we create in a Markdown file and link it to each repository, each of the 38 repositories also. Like we create one for a
What we
Markdown.
can do is, yes, convert it to Markdown and include a link to the contributors guide, to the actual community contributors guide. Because everybody is not a first timer, so it won't be make sense to have two contributing guides, but we can mention it in the original one and point anybody to it. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds fine. I think we have it in one of them. I think there's an issue like that about
Yeah, I think it was
linking.
added to the LFA one, if I'm not wrong. Okay, Ruth, could you add a link here for the first timers guide to the meeting minutes?
Okay,
Great, thank you.
let me get that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, add a good first issue part of it. Anita, is this related to the first issue bot we just saw?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, so basically just open an issue for it. Okay, so this is a GitHub issue to be created. Okay, anybody else have any other topics that they want to discuss or just get out there? Okay, Pratya, do you want to talk about the blog model?
Yeah, I was just saying that I can replace that module with a button which can redirect to that link.
You're talking about the blog lids, right? Like the
Yes, yes, yes. In this page, yeah.
also, I'll just add a pointer. It needs to be added to the header here, the blog
Tab
section.
bar. Okay, okay, I got it.
It's just a like one line of change of code, I guess, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, what were you suggesting here?
I think that won't be a good change because if you can see that in the nav bar in the top nav bar that icons like um let me see 1 minute. What is SMP, the contributors in the nav bar, that section that is being highlighted on hover. If I can change that into the blog, there won't be anything as the blog model over there. I hope you get my point.
I'm not extremely clear on it still.
I'm saying that if you can see in the SMP Spec IO page in the top number where there are the contributor section and the resource section, if I add there a block button, I mean a block section which can redirect to that link,
Uh-huh.
that won't be a good solution because uh, that I mean that contributor and resources part is redirecting to the section of that page, right? When I can go over it, like there is a on hover, if you can see.
Okay, so you basically mean a hyperlink that will point to another page that will open another tab.
Yes,
Okay, so we'll basically have another static page linked back to the SMP site for the blogs.
yes.
Okay, that's one way to go about it. Okay, see, when I initially created the site, the initial plan was to basically point these out or have a link here or have a card here that points out another page, similar to the way it works in the Left blog. So on the Left blog, I'll show you. Um, See, we have cards here, right?
Yeah.
And whenever you open or click on one, you basically redirect it to a page with a post layout that is predefined. And then whatever you want to add to the post layout, you do that in a markdown file, in a basic markdown file, and that's all. You're good to go. So we wanted to do something similar here because it makes it easier for anybody to write a blog post.
Um.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can do so, but that will be a hectic job. I mean, I'll have to change a lot of things inside
Yeah,
that
it's
page.
not a simple PR, which is why we put it aside for a bit actually. What you can do at the moment is add a link here for the blog section. I'm not sure why it's not there. It should be. But anyway, you can add a link here for the blog section pointing back to this section. I'm not sure we want to link it at the static page here, but anybody else wants to weigh in on this? Any suggestions?
Uh, it will be better like if we have a static page because uh, for me like it will be convenient that it will open in a same page. But yeah, for now we can open a separate page or separate tab, but I will prefer in the same page like the blog section.
Uh, it's usually good because we can point anybody to it on the official site itself. You don't have to point. to another URL, which makes it easy for the marketing side as well, and for the SEO side, and for just general, general uh,
Yeah.
connectivity things. Anybody else? Or anybody has any ideas how to do this? Okay, I'll just add a point here for anybody who wants to pick up this issue. What we initially wanted to do was copy the post layout for the from the Layfi blog and basically use it here for a similar purpose, so that every blog will be linked to a separate post page, similar to the way it's done with Layfi blogs. The
Okay,
problem,
so
yeah, okay.
I
Okay,
hello.
I'll just add one more point. The problem with that is when we initially created the site was that the card thing is ingrained into the Jakarta theme basically, and we'll have to create an entire new section. We cannot exactly work with the existing code because, well, you will basically have to change everything. So it's just better to actually just go and implement a new section. So yeah, that's it. That has to be done. What were you saying? Shubham, I guess.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was saying I wanted to talk about the blog.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
So I can see that the blog currently looks like a pop-up, but I think
Mm-hmm.
having it like as a page would make more sense, as you just said, like SEO, because some of the tags that contains in this article would actually benefit the backlinks back to the actual website. So having it like a pop-up like this, well, won't Google crawler or robot will not be able to call the article on it to be able to index it for SEO purposes. So I think it should be on a separate page. For example, analyzing with SMP would be like a blog slash SMP slash analyzing blah 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 as the title. Then you'll be able to have this in the dedicated page for SEO purposes.
Okay, that sounds. Yeah, that sounds good. That's exactly what I meant. Okay. Pratha, you want to work? Do you want to work on this?
I can, but I'm currently fixing three other issues, so it might take some time.
So what's
You've
this
got you
based on?
swamped, huh? Okay. There's an issue out first, right? I think I opened one.
Yeah, maybe 8 days ago, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll try and get somebody else involved. If they won't, they'll annoy you again. Is that okay?
Okay.
Great. So that's it for today, I guess. Thank you everybody for joining us. If anybody else has any other issues, we can talk about it. We still have 2 minutes to go. Okay then. Thank you for bearing with me, Anirudh, and Dhruv. Lee will be back with us soon if they
You're
get him out of the
awesome.
phone. Thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for coming on to the meeting. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Yes, bye bye. Thank
Bye.
you very much. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, people.
Bye.
Bye.